Hey guys, what is up? It is SSD Middleman here with Guides for Us All, and today I'm going to be starting a new series on Warframe where I'm going to be starting a new account completely from scratch, but with a catch. I will also not be paying a single penny in the game, and I'm going to be showing my entire journey from rank 0 to rank wherever we go, showing you guys how you can play Warframe completely free to play without spending a dime. I know I said penny, and now I'm saying dime, but it's the same premise. I don't really have a name for this series. I had a few ideas, maybe like Welfare Warframe or, not spending a dime, whatever. I have no idea what to call this, so leave a suggestion in the comments down below of what you think I should call this series. This will be the first episode of it. And also let me know what you think of the format of the series, if you think I should do these post-commentaries over it, or if you think live commentaries during what I'm doing would be a better option. Now, anyways, starting off with the tutorial area, I did pick Mag, because I do think that she's the best of the starting 3 Warframes. I know some people would argue that Excalibur is better. Volt, I don't think is incredible. He's great for speedrunning missions or for maybe defense a little bit, but I think that Mag is the best in my opinion due to her crowd control abilities. I just think that it will help you so much, especially in the early game if you're playing with some enemies that are a little too strong for you to take down quickly with your normal weapons. You can use Pull to knock them to the ground, you can use Crush to immobilize them temporarily. It's very nice. Now, I also picked up the MK1 Bratton, the Skana, and the Lado because I'm a sucker for nostalgia. So I grabbed the original 3 weapons, and I finished the entire tutorial. I'm not really going to play through that, as most of you guys probably already know what it's like in there. Now, one of the first things I did was I upgraded my Damaged Serration mod up to rank 2, just for that little bit of extra damage bonus on my Bratton, because I think that that actually does help out quite a bit until you can actually get your hands on a regular Serration mod. And then I also played through some of the Mercury missions for some loot and a little bit of mastery experience by ranking up my weapons, and also the first time you play through a node you get some mastery experience. So I played through some of those Mercury missions because you're going to need lots of resources while playing through this game, and a weird thing that I've encountered while starting over is not having any resources at all. It's quite a strange feeling, having to completely start over with no resources, as usually I don't even think about any resources besides neuros, oricon cells, and neural sensors and stuff like that. I don't even have to think about it because I just have so many of every other resource. And once I finished playing through some of those Mercury missions, I killed Captain Vor a few times because, well, you get some credits for beating him, which is not a very substantial amount, but you do get a seer part, either the blueprint, receiver, or barrel. And if you get copies, you can sell those for 3,500 credits each, which is a nice little way of starting to earn credits at the start of the game. And I also got the Cronus blueprint, which is another thing I was going for, which will allow me to get some more mastery experience. Also, Vor has a chance to drop Morphics and Oricon cells, which is nice, especially if you can get your hands on some of those early on, because you're going to have to farm for them at one point or another. And Vor does also drop the Vitality mod, which you'll probably get pretty quickly anyways, but it is nice to have that right off the bat. He also has a very rare chance to drop the Intensify mod, which is something that you'll be using a lot in the future. Now, we did get our first rank up test as well after I was killing Vor, so we completed that, and now we are rank 1. And I also started crafting the Cronus once I had finished that. Now, the next thing that I wanted to do was build the Rakata, because I personally think the Rakata is a very solid early game weapon before you can get your hands on some of the more strong weapons like the Tonkor and the Soma, etc. So what you need for the Rakata, and the ones that I really didn't already have, because you'll probably have all the parts for this except for neurodes and alloy plates. Now, once you kill Vor, you will unlock Venus, and you will already have Earth unlocked. Venus, you can acquire those alloy plates for the Rakata very quickly. Just play 1 or 2 missions, loot the lockers, loot the little storage containers, and kill some enemies. You'll get those alloy plates rather quickly. It only took me 2 missions. I think I did a capture and maybe an exterminate. Now for the neurodes, they are a little trickier if you are straight up going for them. If you're not going for them and you're just playing through Earth, you'll probably get these 2 neurodes without noticing if you're looking around, breaking storage containers, and opening lockers. But if you want to get these guys quick, you're going to want to go to Lua on Earth. Most people do farm on Tikal because it's dark sectors and it has an increased chance to drop, but if you're a low level, you're going to want to go to Lua. Now this is an excavation mission. Make sure you're searching for a squad, because it's a lot harder to do on your own, and there are usually some high level players playing on Lua trying to get neurodes themselves, because this is probably the best spot to farm neurodes in the entire game. So once you get in there, this excavation mission will start. You will defend the excavators, and tons of enemies will come at you. So you and your squad will mow them down, mow them down, mow them down, and eventually you'll get some neurodes drops. Now another great thing about doing this mission early on is that you will get a lot of cryotic from playing this mission, which is a resource you will need later on, and getting it early on, you know, there's really no harm done. I also got some other rare mods while playing this. I got Vital Sense, which is a very important mod for the Rakata. I got Flow, which will be a very important mod for, well, pretty much most Warframe builds. And I also got some Void Keys from playing Excavation, which are very useful, not just for playing the Void missions and getting the Prime parts, but you can also sell Void Keys for Platinum, which we will be delving more into in the next episode. But yes, it did take me about 2 runs, not about 2 runs, it took me 2 runs to get the 2 neurodes that I needed to make the Rakata. The first run I did not get any neurodes, but I was playing that by myself. The second run that I was playing with other people, I got 2 neurodes, exactly what I needed to build the Rakata. Now, depending on what you're doing in these missions, results may vary. If you're playing with some higher level players that have Necros, which can use Desecrate to double the amount of loot chances you will get a lot more than I did. And if they have a Pilfering Hydroid, which increases the amount of loot that enemies drop, you'll get a lot more than I got. But that's some higher level stuff. We're not going to get too much into that now. I completed those missions and started building the Rakata. Now, we also went to play some Apollodorus Mercury, because this is a nice place early on to search for the Serration and Hornet Strike mods. You will have the damaged versions of the mods already. It's when you start because of the tutorial missions, but these do not allow you to make your weapons very powerful. So I went to Apollodorus Mercury because of the 20-minute mark. You have a chance to get either Serration or Hornet Strike, along with another large assortment of mods. I unfortunately did not get this. I will continue farming for these, as they are an essential piece of any Warframe build. So yeah, I recommend farming Apollodorus just a few times. If you can't get it, it's no big deal. Keep playing on with the game, but that is a nice idea. Now, I also went through Venus until I could get to the Jackal, and I killed the Jackal, although I don't personally recommend doing this as early as I did, as it was kind of difficult for me to take down the Jackal. I had to use like 2 or 3 revives. I kept getting downed because I was also playing this mission solo. Now, the reason I did this was to unlock... Oh, jeez, what do you unlock from Venus? I think it was Jupiter, because there was a Gift of the Lotus alert going on, but I just ended up getting a taxi to the Gift of the Lotus alert. And if you don't know what a taxi is, if you're a newer player following this video, to help you get on your way as well, a taxi is when you go into the chat, either region or recruiting, and somebody will bring you to an alert mission that is on a planet node you do not have unlocked, since you cannot play alert missions on planet nodes you haven't already unlocked. So I got a guy to bring me there. Shout out to him. Let me pull it up real quick to get what his name was, because this guy was really nice, because the first time we did this mission, it actually bugged out, and we had to restart it to do it a second time, but he was glad to help and glad to do it for the second time. So shout out to DMC517. Thank you very much for being kind, obviously kind to new players, taxiing them to this mission, and also staying through even when the mission glitched. What a nice guy. But that's all we accomplished in this first episode. We did actually get enough mastery experience to get to rank 2, but you can only do 1 mastery rank test per day, so we will have to save that for the next episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure to leave your suggestions in the comments for what you think this series should be, and also let me know how often you think I should upload these. I was planning on doing a few a week, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4, depending on how much I'm actually playing the game on my new account. 2 or 3 definitely sounds more reasonable, as we'll be able to get a nice bit of progress in these actual videos. But I'm having a ton of fun starting a new account on Warframe. It's lots of fun starting over and seeing how the game has changed from when I had started my new account over 2 years ago. But thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed, please leave a like rating down below and subscribe to see some more videos in the future, and I will see you in the next part. Goodbye.